so many women are choosing to be single mothers over being single married mothers?
Because it's easier. Because it's easier. Because countless women report that then when they become a single parent, their workload actually decreases, even though the other adult in the home has been removed. Because countless women report that despite the stressors that come with being a single mom, they still have more peace and happiness being a single mom as opposed to being a married single mom. Because it's easier to do it by yourself without the resentment of having someone who refuses to contribute.
You know how many married women are single mothers?
I don't, but, whoa.
Get into it. Get into it. Get into
Married
it.
women are single?
How
How
does
does
that? I'll give you this explanation. Okay. I'm not, because me and my husband actually work together on raising our kids. But there is plenty of households where a woman is solely responsible for raising kids. And a man will give a fuck.
And you define those women as single mothers?
A married woman that's a single mom, yeah. Yeah, legally, no. Yeah. But in reality, if you're a man, and I mean, your household run how your household run. But if you can't help your wife or your girl out with the kids and you know she need a break, or I saw a video of a girl breastfeeding and she was dozing off breastfeeding. The boyfriend was recording her. Oh, look at you being reckless, da 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 da. Why wouldn't you just grab your baby? Baby, go lay down for a second, you tired.
Now I get you.
Because she's a single mom.
Y'all always think y'all eating when y'all say comments like this, but it never gave full play. You never ate, still starving. Marriage does not solidify anything. Marriage only solidifies the fact that a foundation was thought of. That is it. It's supposed to solidify partnership. That is it. I know too many women who are married that are single mothers. I know too many women who are married and they're doing the bulk of everything themselves. I know too many women who work full-time jobs, work a 40-hour week, who have to come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids, do after-school activities, help children with homework, and still at the end of the night please their man. And yet here we are, I'm a single mother and a married woman, and we're basically living the same lifestyle. I'm still waiting for you to eat. Next caller.
You know the whole conversation about women initiate divorce more. Let me tell you why these bitches are getting the fuck out of Dodge. They are tired of being married single moms. They are tired of doing all the things, and you have taught them. They have been taught how to be a single mom to the point they're like, I can just do this shit by myself, right? And plus, the man isn't gonna file for divorce. Let's talk about it. He doesn't even see that he has played a role in the fucking divorce. He doesn't see that there's been 50 million conversations about the same old things for the past few years, and he has done nothing to rectify his end of the deal. He has done nothing to help. He doesn't even know how to do the fucking bedtime routine. He doesn't recognize that the role that he plays in this whole situation is that he hasn't stepped up to the plate. He talks about being the protector, the provider, and the leader, and he knows how to do that at work, but when it comes time to do those same things at home, he's not protecting, providing, and leading those motherfucking kids. And he's not protecting and providing and leading his wife. She is leading. She is protecting. She is providing. Providing goes way beyond finances, and there are a lot of men who don't fucking understand that. The emotional health of your family is important. The physical health of your family is important. And those are ways, just those two ways alone, there's other layers to it, are ways that you provide and protect and lead your family. So you, my friend, just because you have not filed for divorce and she has, doesn't take you out of the equation and being the reason why she has filed for divorce. I just wish that we would take that more into consideration versus the statistics. Stats can go any fucking way you want them to go. But no one's talking about that aspect of these so-called stats. They're not talking about he wouldn't file for divorce because he's too comfortable. He doesn't want to be the bad guy and whatever other reason. So yes, women are filing for divorce because why stay in this shit when I ain't gotta stay in this shit? The other thing, there are men out there who say, you should have chose better, you should have picked better, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, and so women are taking accountability in that they chose this man. For whatever reason, their childhood has caused them to choose this man. They can take accountability in that. They have taken accountability in that I chose this person and this is what I've been dealt. And so Okay, my accountability is acknowledging that and leaving. And it doesn't matter what she does at this point. You guys are then going to be mad that she leaves because she got bored. She was unhappy. As if she just rolled over all of a sudden and said, I'm bored and I'm unhappy, I'm leaving. You got to look at the full picture here. She took the vows and she's upholding her end by protecting and providing for her family in the way that she agreed to do it, you know, being a stay-at-home mom because she let go of her career. But is he protecting and providing in the way that he said that he was going to vow to do? Because the way I see it, the vows have been broken. And so she's taking accountability that she picked this man, and she's taking accountability and saying, I'm fucking leaving this man. And it doesn't matter what she does. The bitter men and the women who just don't fucking get it will never understand that.
You want to hear the saddest thing about motherhood I've ever heard and witnessed in my life?
Oh, God.
My sister, who is Mormon, one time I go to her house and she really wants to show me this TV show. The kids go down for a nap and she's like, oh, I want to show you. She pulls it up on the TV and then her daughter comes in the room because she didn't want to nap, is throwing a hissy fit. And she's like, I want to watch Moana. I want to watch Moana. And she sits next to my sister. And so my sister has to put on Moana. And my sister just silently cries. Like just tears are falling down her face. And I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I just can never have a moment to myself.
Oh my God.
That is so sad to me. Where's your husband?
At work.
Unbelievable.
That's...
A lot of people think single moms are just women without a spouse. Sometimes you can be a single mom in a relationship because you are doing all the work, and all he's been prepared to be as a man is a protector and a provider, but nobody told him he has to be a nurturer. So you have some of these women that are losing themselves in a marriage because they excessively have to be a mom and a dad because you are there and you are not helping. You want this woman to be your wife, but how can she when she's a full-time mom doing overtime on momming because you're not helping? You don't feel like freeing up a day or two so she can enjoy herself? So she can go out, so she can feel like a human being, so she can revitalize herself, so she can be her best version of herself for you. But yet and still, you'll work, you'll come home, and she's doing the same things. It's not like she's just a stay-at-home mom. No, she works and she takes care of the kids almost full time. Listen, men, it is our responsibility to raise our children too. Duh.
The married single moms are talking and they're tired, and I'm here for it because then you can prevent from going through stuff like this. And it's not guaranteed that you can prevent it because you never know, because those guys literally...
Here are 5 signs that you're a single married mom. 1, if he died tomorrow or you got divorced, nothing's going to change. 2, you could have an affair and he would never know. 3, you do the majority, if not all, of the childcare and housework, and you don't get a break. 4, you resent your husband, and I mean resent them for everything, for sitting on the couch while you're doing the laundry, or playing on their phone while you're making lunches and doing bath time. You are the one that's holding down the fort, and you don't get any thanks. And 5, your spouse says to you, hey, just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. But then you have to think about all the stuff you want him to do, and it adds to your mental load.
I just feel like you could have been nicer to me.
Oh my gosh, well I feel like you could have done 80 more things today than you did. I feel like I woke up and I cleaned our room, I did our bed, I cleaned the sheets, I did the laundry, I put your clothes away, I come in the kitchen, nothing's done. So I do everything, then I make you breakfast, then I get the baby ready, then I get myself ready. And what do, Michael? You just tell me I could have been nicer. That seems pretty nice to me. And you thought I was pretty nice last night. Super nice. Woo!
I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Let's talk about this clip. So this is a pursuer withdrawer conflict cycle. She is protesting lack of partnership. She's protesting this disconnect she's feeling. She's actually saying is, do you see me? Do you see all the stuff I'm doing? Do you see how hard I'm working? Are you in tune with my needs? She might have said this in softer ways. She might have been conditioned to not say anything and kind of stuff it down until she explodes. Her move now that she's gone for a while, feeling like her needs are not being met, is to move into critical blaming. And that's going to trigger her husband to be like, whoa, bro, just be nice to me. And his move is likely going to be to shut down, disconnect, and move to this place of I can't do anything right. Partner's too demanding. She can't be pleased. Just get me out. Which is going to communicate to her she really is alone, her partner really isn't with her, and she's going to escalate more.
Men are not shit. Let's watch this.
I know, but she's been in her crib since 3.
I didn't know that.
What? You didn't know where your daughter was at 3?
4:30 and she was taking a nap.
Oh, wow. Went to sleep at 4:30. Sweet. What a great mom.
So, this mother was home. When her very young child was taking a nap, she decided to go upstairs and take a nap as well. Her husband is home at this time. When she wakes up from her nap a few hours later, he informs her that she is still in her crib and that she has been in her crib since the mom went to sleep several hours earlier, even though he knew that she was awake and crying. When she asks, "Why didn't you check on the baby? You're her father," he says, "Oh, well, I thought our teenage daughter was going to do that. I didn't know I was supposed to do that." When the mom points out that that is not the daughter's responsibility, he goes into this rage talking about how, well, I was making dinner and I was doing this and doing that. To which she responds, "I do all of those things every single day and I still check on the baby." To which he responds, "This just feels like you have an agenda against me." Yeah, Ken, the agenda is you should be watching your children.
Hey ladies, you need to be divorcing a lot more of your husband. Yes, this is a charity fundraiser for Doctors Without Borders. Stay with me. My wife has been sick for the last 2 days, which means I have basically been solo parenting. At no point did I have to go in and ask her what our son eats for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's easy. Our son didn't miss any nap times, he didn't miss any teeth brushings, he didn't miss any baths, he didn't miss any book readings. And it's been raining those last 2 days, so we've been enjoying what I am calling one big bed. And then tonight, very easy dinner, but we had rice, refried beans, chicken, corn and black beans, obviously shredded up some cheese. I made some pretty good guacamole. Like, I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out. And look, there's dinner, ready to go. And I did that while watching my son. And he's 2, to be clear. And yesterday, my wife said to me, "Don't do the dishes because I don't want you to get germs on your hands." And you know what my wife is not gonna come out to? A mound of dishes in the sink with literal mold growing inside of one of the plates. Because there is no universe in which I don't do the dishes. And look, all of this is not to say that, like, I'm some great guy. I'm not. I'm the bare minimum. Divorce your husbands. Also, call for a ceasefire in Palestine because, good Lord, there's a genocide happening.
7 days since I cleaned my kitchen. In fact, it's been that long since I stepped foot in it. My son and I got COVID while my husband somehow managed to avoid it. So we isolated on the top floor. The kitchen is so much worse than I could have imagined.
All right, hi, my name is Black Belt Babe. I am a mom and a wife to a partner who is a equal partner and equal parent. So I compiled a list. So you might be a married single mom all right. So if you're responsible for the majority of your child's care and your husband has no clue what to do, married single mom. If your husband has no clue what size your kids wear and how to appropriately dress them for the season, like I oftentimes see people who post their husbands dressing their kids in summer gear in the winter and thinking it's cute and funny, like, ha ha ha, look what he did. No. Married single mom. He should know how to dress those kids. Number 3, you have to leave your husband with a detailed list of instructions just to get away for 1 hour. Number 4, you get sick and your entire household goes down the drain, so he didn't do dishes for 7 days. And then the next one, your husband cannot take them out in public by himself. And then the next one is you're responsible for the majority of researching and implementing necessities for your kids. So this could be anything from age-appropriate toys to the foods that they can eat, any of that. And this list is not limited. Weaponizing competence is not cute, and I think we need to get out of the framework of men don't know what they're supposed to do when it comes to parenting. We're both first-time parents. You and your husband are both first-time parents. So if you didn't come rolling out of your mama's coochie knowing what to do as a parent, and he didn't either, how did you learn? You read a book, you talked to somebody, you went on Google. I bet if your husband's interested in football and a parlay, he would go and Google how to do a parlay. You can Google how to help take care of your house. You can watch a video on how to wash dishes and how to care for your sick wife, but instead they don't do that. So then women are stuck in a cycle of being a married single mom where you essentially have the kids that you carried for 40 weeks and your useless husband. I could not imagine having a husband that is completely and utterly useless, bro. And it's not cute. It's not funny. This is no shame to the original creator either, because I actually felt bad for her. Like, you were sick. After battling COVID, you then had to come back after COVID and then go and do 7 days worth of chores because your husband ain't worth a good goddamn? Oh, we would have to fight at that point. Talking about knocking his head between the washer and the dryer. Stand up, girl. You deserve way better. There are equal partners out there that are willing to learn. If my husband don't know how to do something, he's going to Google it. Plain and simple. And your husband should do the same. Shame on him. Shame on him.
Have you guys ever heard of a married single mom? Talk about a topic that'll get you really riled up if you're anything like me. I've never heard that term used before. I'll tell you what it is. It is essentially when a woman is married to a man and they have a house together, they have a bank account together, they have multiple kids together, and yet because of the amount of parental work and labor that is being put on the mother, she either basically is considered or considers herself to be a single mom. The quote-unquote father is so useless that she could be considered a single mother. I just don't understand why women aren't dating and marrying and settling down with men as much as they used to. Really.
If the phrase married single mom resonates with you, stick around. I recently shared my struggles of feeling like a married single mom and what that looked like for me. I will clarify again, it was not me dragging on my husband. I wasn't trying to say he's a bad dad or a bad partner, but that it's a dynamic the two of us were working on together. In a nutshell, this dynamic really just means that there is more load on the mom. The mom has more responsibilities and an increased mental load. My husband wanted to help me, but he just didn't really know how. Where I think the problem gets worse for a lot of people is that it's really hard to ask for help with a mental load. It's really hard to teach that mental load, not to say that it's impossible, but it does usually wind up being easier to just give up and do it yourself. The issue with that is when the resentment comes in. Now, like I've mentioned before, this is something that we were working on together. I've explained to him in the past that if he took on the physical load, it would help ease my mental load. This part might not sit very well with you guys. We went back and forth for a while with him saying he just didn't know what he was supposed to do. I went ahead and made a list of everything that needs to get done every day. A chore chart, if you will. And just a few months later, I no longer feel like a married single mom.
I'm throwing out the garbage.
I'm washing the dishes. I'm loading the dishwasher. I'm unloading the dishwasher. I'm going food shopping. I'm back from food shopping. I'm unloading the groceries. I'm doing the laundry. I'm folding the laundry. I'm putting your clothes away. I picked up your prescription. I'm cleaning where you missed. I'm filling out your mother's birthday card. I'm covering the furniture outside.
When a narcissist does a teeny bit of the household work, they want to be put on pedestal. They want to announce it all the time. They want to get all the recognition and validation, yet at the same time, they completely miss the fact that you take care of all the major things behind their back and go unrecognized. Not only that, you get told, oh, that's not enough. That's not work. That's way below us. That's way below me. So I won't even acknowledge it. You get to be the free housemaid, the one who does the laundry, the one who takes care of, the children, the one who earns. Everything is on your shoulders, and you feel like you're single while being in a relationship.
So I watched a video the other day that really has me thinking, and it said you shouldn't make your wife a married single mother. And I just thought that was so good. And the thing is, I think men have this natural inclination to want to provide for their family, and that's a really good and noble thing to do, but it's gotten misconstrued these days. Somewhere down the line, the idea of providing for your family got cheapened to this idea of, oh, I make the money for my family, and my wife kind of raises the kids while I go and I make the money. And that is just such a cheap way to look at providing for your family. If you just drive around your city for more than 3 seconds, you're going to see enough big houses and broken relationships to understand that it's so much more than just providing money. Let me tell you, this is a whole lot more me preaching to myself than it is talking down to you, because I am the sole earner in my household. My wife stays home with the kids. I work multiple jobs. I am the financial provider for my family. And it really is easy to kind of fall into this trap of getting home and being like, you know, I worked all day, not realizing that those kids, those 2 hours I get with my kids before bedtime, that's their time with me. And you know, when I clock out of my real job at the end of the day and get home, it's just me clocking into a new job of providing for my family in a different way now, being emotional support for my wife, actual support, and raising our kids together, not just being her helper, but being her co-parent and parenting together. So the thing is I did just get back from work, and my kids go to bed in about 2 hours, and once I finish up these chicken chores, I'm going to go inside. And on other days, it would have been really easy for me to just sit down and go, guys, I'm tired, boys, go play, dad just needs a break. But what I'm going to do today, this is my challenge to myself after watching that video, is I'm going to go in, I'm going to wrestle these boys like crazy for the next 2 hours until they go to bed. I don't want my wife to be a married single mother. You know, I can prepare all day for something bad to happen in the world, but what about in my own house? So just food for thought for the day.
How many second marriages do you get as a divorce lawyer coming in for consultations?
Let's put it this way. As a divorce lawyer, I see consistent themes, right? And that's part of the reason why I give some relationship advice too. I see reasons why relationships fail. That's not a consistent theme that I see. Do I see second marriages? Yes. Relatively regularly? Yes. What I'm seeing now more as a theme is the working mom doing it all, everything, and making all the money, and the husband not engaging. That's what I'm seeing. That's the theme I'm seeing. Second marriage is not necessarily, but first marriage is where mom's doing it all.
It is easier being a single mom than a married single mom, despite the financial insecurity, sometimes housing insecurity, having to restart, removing the second adult from the home and just carrying 100% of the weight somehow turns out to be less stressful and causes less resentment than when you are sharing the house with someone who refuses to contribute. I know we're going to have triggered men jumping in the comments talking about how they work a full-time job, they're the breadwinner, they provide the health insurance, so how dare we say they don't contribute? But the contribution to a home is so much more than a paycheck. In most homes, both parents were working anyway. So both parents are managing their 40-hour work week, and then typically the mom is carrying 100% of the labor distribution within the home. I don't know why we call it distribution of labor when it's not distributed at all. The mental labor of being the CEO of your home, the boss of your entire family, is absolutely draining, and it's stressful. Somehow, when the other person's removed from the equation and all of it rests on your shoulders, it's easier. And I have literally heard from thousands of women in the comments that are saying the exact same thing. They may now be managing 2 or 3 jobs just to provide the same lifestyle for their kids, and they might be back in school full time, but they still say it's easier by themselves.
Day in the life of a mama who should have been a single mom a long time ago. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that I was basically a married single mom. No relationship can always be 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 60-40. But the problem is I'm always given 80 and he is given 20. He believes that if he works, that's his contributing factor to our family. Today he was off work and I was watching the little girl like I do every day. So I got up at 7, I made me some coffee, I made some breakfast for all the little kids, I just did these sheet pancakes, and then at 7:30 I got the little girl that I watch. Once my kids got up, I fed everybody breakfast, and then I just did the dishes from last night, and then the morning breakfast dishes. And this is where you'll see what I'm talking about. I finally got to take a shower. I'm not even exaggerating, this is the first shower I've had the opportunity to take in a week. I got out of the shower and I did a little skincare, and then I swept and mopped my whole house, and I just always have so much to do. I am the only one that cleans my house. I'm the only one that puts value on cleaning my house. If he works during the week, he doesn't help. If he's off during the week, then those are his days he's supposed to relax. I am literally the only one putting in the effort to clean and cook. Since it doesn't end there, after I finished sweeping and mopping, I went to my laundry pile and I started to do some laundry. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna take me forever to catch up on this laundry. But either way, I did some laundry today, and then I went and cleaned my daughter's room. Then I went and cleaned up the living room because that's where the kids were playing, and then they went in Wavy's room. And all I'm gonna say is, bestie, is I would love to take a nap. Like, I literally never sleep. I feel like I get up at 7 a.m. every single day, and then I have to stay up with my kids during the night, and I would die to take a nap. Either way, I mopped the living room, and then it was lunchtime, and these kids were starving. So I made them some grilled cheese, oranges, and only one of them likes pickles, so they got pickles. And I cleaned up the toy area, and I'll probably do this rest of the day on repeat. Some advice from your big sister: don't be a stay-at-home mom. Just don't do it.
Now, this is something that I never actually understand how this could be possible, but it is very possible that someone can be a married single mom. I have seen it all over in my family and my friends' family. People outside, you can kind of tell when someone is a married single mom, even when they're outside, you know, or at the mall with their spouse. You can tell because you can literally tell the man leaves the woman way behind, taking care of all the children, or she's, you know, at the food court taking care of all the children, while he's just literally on the phone or just chilling with his homeboys, or even, you know, at the park. I used to work at Universal, and I would see it all the time where the family, you could literally tell who is a married single mom because she's doing everything. She's taking care of the children, she's carrying the backpack, she's changing diapers, she's doing all of that. Meanwhile, the man is literally just standing there as if he has nothing to do. Like, he doesn't even notice that the lady is struggling with all the children. And to me, it's very, very sad to see, because imagine you being with someone that you love, and you went through the process of almost dying to give birth to those children, and they are only your children, and they only use them as benefit when it comes to like tax season, where they file tax with the children, or when to tell someone, oh, I got children. But the rest of the time, you're just there taking care of them by yourself. And I hate to see that for these women, because when they were picking their partner, they didn't think that this was going to be the outcome that it was going to be. And when they decided to have children, they decided to have children in a partnership, in a marriage, thinking that, you know, they will get help from their partner to take care of those children. Meanwhile, that's not the case, and it's very, very sad to see. So I do hope that we start to change that, because it's scaring people who are not married yet, who want to be married. You know, they're hoping that they will be in a partnership where it will alleviate all that stress and all that, you know, work that they have to do. But if you're in a partner who is literally useless, what the heck is the point? You might as well just be single, because to me, there's no point of it if that person cannot even help you with their kids. You know what I mean?